An early morning prayer to the revered Himalayas. From this vantage point, the 8,000-meter tall and 34-mile-long Annapurna mountain looks mystical. This valley, called the Ratong, falls in the lap of the Annapurna mountains. It is these Himalayan ranges that have stood the test of time, but today they are badly affected due to climate change. Syed Iqbal Hasnain is the lead glaciologist of the government of Sikkim, a state in the northeast of India. He and his team are on their way to study the Ratong Glacier. This team has secret government maps from the 1960s, and the group will be trying to correlate data to determine the movement and size of the glaciers today as compared to the 1960s.
This is just like...
We've been trekking for almost 4 days now, and I'm at the base of the Ratong Glacier at about 4,800 meters or 16,000 feet. I'm here with a group of scientists who are trying to determine the pace of the retreat of the glaciers of the eastern Himalayas. And the news is not good. After a tough climb in the last few days, the glaciologists take their final climb to the glacier. What they see does not look good. This glacier is one of the main sources of water to the state of Sikkim and to the plains beyond. The revelations after a preliminary study are disturbing.
By next year, I could see a lake here, another lake.
This is a very bad sign, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a worse sign. I think this glacier is receding in a very, very fast mode, and I doubt even it will survive in 20 years. The way it is getting detached, ice blocks are being melted out. This is the site.
Glaciologists tell us that it is very essential to not just rely on map data, but also have primary sources.
ये fill up हो गया होगा। अब उसका रीजन ही है उसके बाद कोई फ्लड नहीं है। अब वो जो है जब वो ब्रीच होगा ना जो मेजर एक और ब्लॉक कर रहा है तब फ्लड आएगा।
Subaraj is a mountain climber and has guided dozens of expeditions to these glaciers. He says that he has seen this glacier move and recede.
पहले तो ग्लेशियर ऐसा जो अभी यहाँ से ऊपर है ना सर, वो ये किस्म का जो नीचे से ऊपर था, नीचे से था। अभी ये नीचे तो पूरा जो अभी देखिए आप बनो जो मट्टी जैसे, पहले था आइस, वो जो यहाँ से ऊपर कैसा था, वो ये नीचे था। अभी यहाँ तक फिर ऊपर पिघलते पिघलते ऐसे देखा, हर साल चेंज।
As we further trek up, we see blocks of dead ice.
They were trying to estimate how much was the retreat or melting based on that.
Large parts of ice that have broken away from the glacier. Dead ice is a very bad sign. It describes the inability of the glacier to hold on to ice due to the heat.
As we are living in a present scenario, the climate change scenario, it looks to me that these glaciers will not last more than 30 years or 40 years.
If this trend continues, then scientists warn that glacial ice will only be left on top of the peaks. These valleys will then just become wasteland, and it will just be monsoon rainfall that will have to feed this river. The river that is the only source of water for communities downstream.